Hi. For a little bit of fun at one of our local club events on the second day, which was the marathon obstacles, we decided to take with us a GPS logger. It's about half the size of a matchbox, and it records your course and route, the speed, elevation, etc. And then it can then be downloaded and plotted against Google Earth or Google Maps. Anyway, this is the beginning. This green line is the beginning of section A, which is the marathon. That section ends there. It is 4 kilometers long, and you have to do that 4 kilometers within just under 18 minutes, which means you actually have to get quite a bit of a wriggle on. And you'll notice down here that's the real-time speed, and the average on this particular section was 9 miles per hour, so that gives you an indication of the speed you need to go to cover the 4 kilometers in time. So your horse or pony has to be reasonably fit. Along the course you'll have flags marking the way. You'll also have compulsory flags which you have to go through to make sure you take the same route as every other competitor, and the stewards and onlookers will be keeping an eye out. Your back stepper, with an aid of a stopwatch, will be able to help judge your speed against the kilometre marks. And it'll be quite a lot harder if you're going up and down hills. On this particular club event, these fields, there's relatively flat, there's very few hills involved, although the wooded section was very muddy and the fields were very rutted. But it's a lovely competition, a great weekend out, and we are coming up towards probably the 3rd kilometre mark, just about to head into the woods. Once you get to the end of the section A, you'll stop and hand in your cards to be marked by the stewards, and you'll probably have to wait a little while before starting section D, the red line, which is the compulsory walk. Now, section D, the compulsory walk, was 800 metres, and that had to be done in under 6 minutes 45 seconds, which doesn't seem too bad. You look at the average speed there is about 4 miles an hour, varying a little bit, but you're not allowed to break pace into a trot, and surprisingly, even large horses, sometimes this can be quite difficult to achieve. Gradually come out towards the end of section D, the walk section, and about to start section E, the obstacles. You will have a break between starting these sections. Again, you'll be handing your time cards to the stewards, and here we go, starting the section E. This section was 4.6 kilometers, and you had a time window of between 18 and 21 minutes. That's for the whole course, including the obstacles. You're timed in each obstacle. So we've just gone through obstacle 1. So there's an overall time for the whole section E, and you're timed for each individual obstacle. And you gain penalties for the slower that you go. That was obstacle 2. Now the colour is changing mainly to differentiate it between the other routes. We're going across several fields now before we get to obstacle 3. And again, you can see you have to get quite a wriggle on. Average speed of about 10 miles an hour to come in with that in that 18 to 21 minute window, which is 3 minutes. Now we're just coming up to obstacle 3. You don't have to stop at the flags to the obstacle, you just carry on. They will time you automatically. Again, the route will all be, for any beginners or newcomers, the route will all be flagged out and reasonably clear. Into obstacle 4. There'll also be compulsory flags along section E, again to make sure you take the same route as everybody else. Now coming out of obstacle 5, just about to make our way across back over the fields towards the finish, which is there, and obstacle 6, which is there. Again, quite interesting to note the speeds, etc. We were surprised at how accurate the logging was when plotted against Google Earth or Google Maps. And along to the finish. By this stage, horse or pony will be really quite tired and ready for a rest.